The Duggar family has faced its fair share of trials, but nothing could have prepared them for this recent bombshell. Jordyn-Grace Duggar, one of the youngest members of the sprawling Duggar family, is reportedly facing a critical health crisis, leaving not only her parents, but the entire family in complete shock. Sources close to the family suggest that this sudden turn in Jordyn-Grace's health has devastated Bob Duggar, the family's patriarch, who is reportedly struggling to process the severity of the situation. While the Duggars have remained mostly silent on social media, fans and followers who have kept up with the family since 19 kids and counting are speculating about Jordyn-Grace's condition, as whispers of emergency medical visits and prolonged absences have begun circulating in Duggar fan forums. This is not just another health scare or exaggerated rumor. Insiders say this time, it's different. The family is rallying together in Arkansas, and it appears that even estranged Duggar siblings are being pulled back into the fold as the gravity of Jordyn-Grace's condition sinks in. Born in December 2008, Jordyn-Grace is the 18th child of Bob and Michelle Duggar. Her birth was a media spectacle, as the Duggar family had already become household names thanks to their growing family and deeply conservative values. Jordyn's childhood has largely played out in front of the cameras, but as the Duggar children aged and controversy began to overshadow the family's public image, the youngest children, including Jordyn, were given more privacy. That makes the sudden concern for her health even more jarring. The illness, according to those who claim to be in touch with the Duggars, is not something mild. This is reportedly a life-altering diagnosis. There are whispers that Jordyn-Grace has been in and out of intensive care over the last few weeks. Hospital staff in the area have reportedly seen members of the Duggar family entering and exiting discreetly, with Michelle Duggar staying at the facility for hours at a time. Bob, normally a controlling and composed figure, is said to be completely distraught, unable to focus on anything but his daughter's well-being. While the exact diagnosis has not been confirmed, speculation ranges from a sudden neurological condition to a rare autoimmune disorder. Some reports suggest it could be related to complications from a previous illness that went undetected, possibly exacerbated by stress or a compromised immune system. Whatever it is, it's serious enough to halt the busy lives of the Duggar family, forcing them to regroup and confront an unimaginable reality. Family insiders say Bob is blaming himself for not noticing the signs earlier. In the past, he has taken pride in maintaining control over every aspect of his family's life, but in this case, he is reportedly overwhelmed and unable to process how this happened under his watch. For a man who has built his identity on being the head of a perfectly ordered household, this incident is not only heartbreaking but deeply destabilizing. Michelle Duggar, often seen as the quiet emotional anchor of the family, has reportedly been a constant presence at Jordyn-Grace's bedside. Friends of the family say Michelle is holding tightly to her faith, but is visibly worn and tearful. For a mother of 19, heartbreak isn't unfamiliar, but this situation appears to be unlike anything she's experienced before. She is said to be leaning heavily on prayer and her older daughters for support. Interestingly, some of the older Duggar siblings who have distanced themselves from Bob and Michelle over the years are reportedly coming back into the picture. Jinger, who has spoken out about her family's strict teachings, is said to have flown back to Arkansas to be with her siblings. Jill Dillard, another Duggar daughter who has been outspoken about the emotional toll of growing up under Bob's rules, is also rumored to be involved, offering support despite her strained relationship with her father. The Duggar boys, including Joseph, Josiah, and Jedediah, are reportedly helping to manage family responsibilities while their parents focus on Jordyn. Even Josh Duggar, currently serving time in prison, has allegedly been informed of the situation. Sources claim Bob has been in contact with Josh's legal team to ensure he's aware of the family's turmoil, further proving how deeply this crisis is affecting every branch of the Duggar family tree. At the center of it all, Jordyn-Grace remains hospitalized. Her condition is said to be stable but critical. One source described her as fighting hard and surrounded by prayer. The family has reportedly been holding vigils and organizing prayer chains through their local church community. Duggar supporters from around the world have begun flooding social media with messages of hope, using hashtags like #PrayForJordyn and #DuggarStrong. The family's official channels remain largely quiet. No formal statement has been released by Jim, Bob, or Michelle, which is unusual given their history of addressing family matters publicly, especially when the family's image is at stake. This silence is leading many to believe that the situation is far more serious than the public realizes. Critics of the Duggar family have also weighed in, questioning whether the family's controversial stance on medical care and reliance on faith healing might have contributed to a delayed diagnosis. In the past, the Duggars have faced criticism for not immediately seeking medical intervention for various health concerns among their children. While there is no confirmed connection between those past decisions and Jordyn-Grace's current condition, the discussion has reignited long-standing debates about the family's practices. Some sources close to the family argue that Michelle and Jim Bob have learned from past mistakes and are now working closely with medical professionals. One insider said, "They're not taking chances this time. They're listening to the doctors, following every instruction, and doing everything possible to help Jordyn." If that's true, it's a rare shift in approach that could potentially save their daughter's life. Despite the turmoil, the Duggars are leaning heavily on their faith. Bible verses are reportedly being read aloud in Jordyn's hospital room daily, and the family is said to be holding group prayers every evening. Whether or not this faith-centered approach will help Jordyn recover physically remains uncertain, but it is clearly helping the family maintain emotional strength during this unimaginably difficult time. Jordyn's siblings have also been deeply affected. Jennifer, her closest sibling in age, is reportedly struggling with fear and confusion. Growing up in a household where emotions were often kept under wraps, this kind of crisis is forcing the younger Duggars to confront feelings they may not be equipped to handle. Counseling is reportedly being considered, especially for the younger children who are watching their sister fight for her life. In a heartbreaking development, Jordyn's condition has even prompted some of the estranged siblings to consider reconciliation, not just with their parents, but with each other. One source claimed that a lot of hurt and brokenness has been aired out behind the scenes, with the current crisis acting as a catalyst for healing conversations. It's tragic that it took something this serious, but maybe some good can come from it, the source added. The Duggar family, known for projecting a tightly controlled image, is now facing a public reckoning. This crisis is not something they can spin or manage behind a social media filter. Fans are watching closely, not for scandal, but out of genuine concern for Jordyn-Grace, a child who did not choose this life in the spotlight and now faces the battle of her life. As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. The Duggars are being tested in a way they never have before. Jim Bob's stoic leadership, Michelle's nurturing faith, and the family's often questioned values are now under a microscope. This time, it's not about headlines or controversy. It's about a little girl's life. Whether the family will release an official statement remains to be seen. For now, fans and critics alike are united in their hope that Jordyn-Grace will recover and that the Duggars can find strength in each other during this dark chapter. Hello, lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Christina. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.